Welcome. Gentle yoga. Let's activate those muscles in our pelvic floor that we use to stop our urine flow. Inhale. Draw the belly button to the spine. Breathe deep. And then belly button and spine, draw all the way towards the heart center so that we're placing length in the spine. And we're just going to start to bring some gentle movement into our body, flowing with our breath. Welcome, Gentle Yoga. We're going to look to release the body from stress, tension, fear, anxiety. So if you happen to have any lavender oil or a lavender candle, that's great to release fear and anxiety and stress. And then we'll take some props today. So if you do not have yoga blocks, grab towels, blankets, anything to cover the eyes. So now's a great time to hit pause and get your supplies. Anything lavender smelling. If you don't have essential oils, just to relax the body, towels, blankets, and props. Welcome, Gentle Yoga. Let's find our easy seat. Doesn't necessarily need to be legs crossed. Feet can be flat. We can sit on our knees. We can outstretch the legs. Place props underneath the knees. So we're just gonna find a place that feels comfortable. With our core strong, we're just going to begin to breathe in through the nose. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Take a little pause and then exhale. Shoulder blades down the back. And we're just going to ask the breath to slow way down as we're taking in a nice, gentle practice to prepare us for a great night's sleep. One of the ways we can do that is by slowing the breath. So we're going to enter into what I like to call free flow, finding movement that feels good in your body. So that core strong, that's our protection, drawing that belly button up and in. And then listening for a nice, smooth breath, inhaling. Take a little pause and then listen for that exhale. So we're going to take a nice seated cat-cow, either from feet flat or legs crossed, depending on what feels best in your body. Palms face down, and we're just going to uncross the legs periodically, just to allow the hips to open, equal and even. So finding our nice neutral spine with the strength of that core. Inhale. Let's start to open up. Feel the shoulder blades soften as we open the chest, the shoulders. Exhale into our first seated cow. Drop the chin towards the chest and scoop that core very strong. We're just going to go through a series of flows here. Inhaling gratitude into our body. And then exhaling, release. Using the practice of gratitude to grow an up spiral life, strengthening our mind. So we're just moving through maybe half circles, inhaling so deep, and then exhaling, a little half circle, torso from knee to knee. Little pause when the exhale is empty, and then inhale neutral. Drawing that air up the front of the body, so really pull your air deep from the bottom of the diaphragm. And as we breathe in so deep, we're just going to imagine that air coming all the way up the front of the body, a little pause. And then whenever we exhale, we're just going to picture the air coming back and down the back, out the tailbone. So flowing with the pace of your breath. In yoga, we inhale when we rise towards the ceiling or the sky. Let look up if that feels good to the front of the throat. If there's any pressure in the neck, we keep that neck in neutral. And exhale. One way around. And then we'll just continue to do that, uncrossing the legs. As we begin to warm the spine, we might take a nice, gentle lateral flexion. So let's take a couple more flows. Releasing the low back, strengthening the core, and slowing our breath. That's our signal, especially at the end of the day. It's time to let go of the stress of the day, preparing our body for a good night's sleep. Let's take a couple more shoulder rolls. Inhale. Nice long spine. That comes from the strength of the core. And then maybe some lateral flexion. If we need length, we can use books or blocks. Let's inhale one arm long. Doesn't matter which core is strong. Exhale, peel away. We can look up to that top hand or straight ahead. Whatever feels good to that neck. Let's see how it feels opposite arm. Inhale. Soften the shoulder blade back and down, and then exhale. A little gentle release to the low back. A little stretch right underneath the armpit, right? The upper back. Breathing, feeling, listening. Inhale for length. Exhale. And then towards the end of our day practice, breathing in one thing, maybe two things that you are grateful for about this day. And then a nice long whisper. We might be able to move those blocks to the side. We might be able to take the arm into the earth. Let's take two more flows. Whatever it takes to be equal and even. How you doing, gentle yoga? We chose easy seated. Let's change the crossing of the legs. Let's take a couple more cat-cows. Exhale. Inhale. So by slowing our breath, we're sending that signal to the nervous system. It's time to release tension. I mentioned lavender in the beginning of the practice. Lavender as an essential oil is great for releasing stress in all forms. Prepares the body for a peaceful night's sleep. One more flow with the pace of your breath. And then we're gonna look to build just a little bit more heat in the body so that we can safely stretch. So we're gonna look for our first boat pose. We're gonna take the flesh and just pull it away from our glutes so that we can really feel the sit bones grounding into the earth. And we're gonna look and feel for a long spine. So from the tailbone all the way out the crown of our head, we're gonna root our feet into the earth and just wiggle the toes around and just take the backs of the hands on those hamstrings. How you doing, gentle yoga? Roll those shoulders up to the ears and then back down. So as we're starting to build heat in the body, we're feeling those legs, the quadriceps activate, core is strong, breathing in so deep. One thing that you're grateful for about this day, relaxing the face and then listening for the exhale. Nice job. Gentle yoga, if we want just a bit more, we can take those arms alongside the body, right? Softening the shoulders. Spine is long, neck is in neutral. Breathe. And if we feel like we want just a bit more, we can tap our boat. So we just gently lift one foot at a time. Breathe. So if we notice that low back rounding in any way, chest collapsing, come back to hands on the backs of the thighs. Let's take maybe two more flows. Breathe. Feel. Great job. Let's open up our hips. those feet together. Breathe in so deep. Lengthen the spine. Soften the shoulders. Long exhale. And when we're ready, we'll come right on back to that boat pose. Ground through the feet. Lift and spread all 10 toes. Find your option. Breathe, fill. Yoga's a practice. We've been here before. Take in your gratitude and find your flow. So we can hold on to the boat. Feet flat into the earth. Hands in the backs of the thighs and just flow with our breath. Or we can bring some type of flow, some type of movement into the body. Maybe 2 more rounds of whisper breath. Nice, bringing in a lot of heat into the body. Let's open up. Butterfly, kiss the feet together. Notice that nice long spine. Inhale. Nice long exhale. Great job. Find your easy seat. Could be legs crossed. We can sit on our knees. We can take the edge off our knees by sitting on a block, 1 or 2 high. If we choose to sit on our knees, it's a nice little release for the knees, a nice gentle stretch for the thighs. Be mindful that the knees are in line with the hip bones as opposed to splaying out. So just see what feels good here. Let's come back to a couple more shoulder rolls. Inhaling gratitude, exhaling release. Little pause at the top of your breath. The exhale to become a little bit longer. So that Ujjayi breath is in through the nose. Close down the back of the throat. Seal the lips and then listen for your whisper. Nice long spine, strong core. We might take a couple tracings of our tailbone or our collarbone, I should say, as we drop the chin towards the chest. Let's inhale deep and then exhale as we just trace that collarbone with the chin. And then when we get to the top of the movement, inhale, how you doing? Exhale. Nice and slow, checking into the precious neck. Noticing we should never have pain in our joints. Burning and shaking in our muscles is a great, great thing. Inhale at the top and exhale one more time until we feel complete. So as we slow the breath and we take those little pauses in between inhale and exhale, let's come back neutral neck. Shake the head out very gently. No and then yes. That little pause gives us that little wait and see, that little look into, hey, what did we just do and how did it feel? If we have a yoga block with us, right, or a book or maybe a folded up blanket, we might be able to put it in between the legs and really squeeze, right? Heating up those inner thighs. Feel. Find your boat. Soften the shoulders. Nice long spine. So we might take this flow for 3, maybe 5 rounds of Ujjayi breath. That's that whisper breath. Taking a break anytime you might need gentle yoga. Feeling a lot of heat, maybe even burning and trembling in the muscles and the thighs. A lot of strength in the core. One or two more flows. And then when we're ready, if we have a yoga block, we might take it to its highest setting and just allow the forehead to relax. If we do not have a yoga block or some type of prop, then we can come back to the easy seat and trace the collarbone with the breath. So from the block, we can just gently, side to side, roll the forehead, flowing with the breath. This is a great release, letting go of tension from the back of the neck. The block offers support for the neck, and then it's a nice myofascial release, a little self-massage when we just roll the forehead across the block. And then we can come right back up to neutral. Core is strong, breath is smooth. Let's come back to that butterfly. Kiss the feet together. Strong core, long spine. Inhale. Soften the shoulders. Longest exhale, gentle yoga. So we're allowing the body to unwind. And the next round of breath, we might come back, feet flat. We might come back to our block if we have one. If not, maybe tracing the collarbone. We might be able to lower the setting of the block. Connecting to your breath, listening for the texture of the breath, that whisper exhale. Final round of breath. Nice job. When we're ready, let's come back to that easy seat. Let's inhale, arms up. Strong core, long spine, soften the shoulders. Exhale. Cactus arms. Inhale. Hands to the heart center. Take a moment of breath here to check in with our gratitude. Finding 1, 2, or 3 things that you're grateful for in this moment. Nice job. When we're ready, let's come back to that boat pose. Let's find our sit bones, feet flat, hands on the backs of the thighs. We can tap the boat. We can bring that block back to our inner thighs. So our boat here is our heat building posture, our gentle strength posture. 2 or 3 more flows. Nice job. When you're ready, let's see how it feels to come back to our knees. Maybe sit on a blanket or a block to take the edge off. Breathe. Inhale, arms up. Look up if it feels good. Open up. Chest and shoulders. Breathe. So finding a nice easy seat. Something that feels good in your body. And then from our easy seat, we'll keep that core active and we'll just flow ear to shoulder if that feels good. So we'll inhale and then maybe exhale, slowly drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Lingering a long exhale. When your little pause is done, inhale neutral. ears over shoulders. We might need to tuck the chin just a bit if we're a neck jetter. And then after that inhale is complete, exhale. Left ear to shoulder. A little pause, check in, and then do that again. Inhale. You might roll the shoulders if that feels good. One or two more flows. Releasing that side of the neck into the tops of the shoulders. The neck, the shoulders, the traps. This can hold on to a lot of tension. Whether we're at the computer all day, whether we're sitting on the couch, whether we're still commuting to work, right? Thank you all, the frontline workers that are staying at work right now to keep things going. I am grateful to you. All right, let's take in some water. How you doing, Gentle Yoga? So we'll talk about a nice restorative pose, but before we do that, let's see what our first child's pose feels like. Let's take our knees wide. Our big toes might touch. Exhale, heels back, and then notice if the forehead doesn't make it to the earth, use your block, your prop, or even your own hands here. Stack the hands to protect that neck, right? And then from forehead to block or earth, just that stretch. Extend the child's pose. Nice little stretch for the armpits. A little bit of movement here, side to side if that feels good. Releasing tension from the hips, the low back. And we can even come back to that forehead roll. So if you're one of those that suffers from headaches, whether it be sinus headaches or migraines, that rolling of the forehead across the block. We did that earlier from our knees or from child's pose, might bring release. And then when we're ready, next round of breath. Belly press pose. I really like this one, especially at home, because if we just have a block and not a blanket, it might be too hard on the belly. So belly press pose is a great pose for those of us that suffer from trauma or traumatic experiences, because the block activates the vagus nerve once we press on it. And that sends a signal to the brain that it's time to let go, release. So I feel like this is a great posture right now while we stay at home, or for our frontline workers that are kind of just in the mix of the trauma. So from our block, our books, right? This is a great time to have those hardback books. And then the blanket just kind of softens it. So we allow that to really press on that lower belly that activates that vagus nerve. And then we're going to support that neck in any way. So we can make fists, right? Or stack our hands and then completely soften here. Allow the heels to fall away. And then connect to your whisper breath. Breathe in so deep. For our long exhale. So not only does this posture release trauma, allowing the body permission to relax. It's a nice little release for the low back. So let's settle here for a good 5 more rounds of breath. Listening for our longest exhale. And then with our mind's eye, looking for any sections in the body that we can soften with our breath or our mind's eye. Be mindful to listen to the body. So we're in this series, Growing the Positive Mind by Dr. William Larkin, Building an Up Spiral Life. And one of the key factors in the book, the doctor mentions to check in to your negative feelings. Those are our protection. They're our guideposts in life to move us to the positive. So in the practice of yoga, check in. If something feels wrong in your body, chances are it's wrong. Just because I suggest or someone else suggests this is a great posture for releasing trauma, and it feels wrong in your body, let go of it. Maybe come back to child's pose. Or maybe to any other posture, whether it be rest or flow that your body needs at this time. So we're really checking in, feeling the feels. Come back to your breath. One more round of grateful breath. And we're ready. Core is active. Let's find our hands right underneath the shoulders, and then we'll just push back, maybe into a little partial child's pose. As our hips travel back, nice little stretch. Exhale. Nice. And then let's inhale right on back up. Move this little prop to the side. Check in. Take in some water. Find a nice easy seat. And we'll come back to our gentle flow. Feet flat. Legs crossed. Inhale, exhale, side to side. Maybe seated cat-cow, maybe rolling the shoulders. Position. Out, stretch those feet. Exhale, hinge. So if we suffer from sciatica, deep bend in the knees and all forward folds. Right, so we can block, we can prop. Even if we don't suffer from sciatica and we just want more of a low back release as opposed to a hamstring release, we can stay here. A little bit more of the focus and the low back. How you doing? Breathe. Lengthening the exhale. Let's check the face. Lift the eyebrows around, unhinge the jaw. So as we unwind in the evening, right, a little preparation for a good night's sleep, just check into the holding patterns, right? Face. We have holding patterns. Some of us hold tension in the jaw, some of us in our brow center. Shoulders, hips, glutes. 2 more rounds of breath. Great job. When we're ready, let's open back up. Let's find our sunbather's pose. It's kind of a counter pose to that forward fold, right? Feet flat. Find the sit bones, spread the hands wide, inhale. Soften the shoulders, and let's hold on to this for 5 rounds of Ujjayi breath. Opening up our chest, our shoulders. Great time to bring in gratitude. Check the neck. Gently send the neck side to side, releasing tension. Spread the hands wide. Push hard into the fingerprints and knuckles. Gentle yoga. That helps to protect our wrists. Notice here in this nice sunbather's pose, we're bringing strength back into the thighs, right? Core. Maybe one more round of breath. Beautiful. This time we might come back to our butterfly. We were here before. We might hold on to it this time, kiss the feet together. So if we don't have blocks or props or boxes, we can gently use the weight of our own body weight, right? By just allowing the arms to gently open the inner thighs, the hips. Core is strong. Notice the spine is long, right? So from tailbone all the way out the crown of the head. And if we have blocks, we can use them in any way. Blocks, crates, boxes. So same concept. The blocks help this posture become just a bit more restorative. We take all the pressure off the back of the neck. Again, if we suffer from sinuses, allergies, headaches, we can roll the forehead. Let's find our longest whisper breath of the practice. Yeah, and then check in, right? We might be able to lower these, maybe, maybe not. So as we hinge from the hips, we keep the core strong. That protects our hips. We have all these tendons and ligaments that run through our hips. It protects the low back from overstretching, right? So core is strong, long exhale. Just kind of see where the body would like to go. 2 more rounds of whisper breath. And when we feel complete, let's come right on back up, open up, counter pose, sunbathers, inhale. Maybe open the mouth. One of my favorites, restorative fish. So I'll show us how to get there. There's lots of options. So I know my body prefers the block wide, so we can go wide against upper back like an imaginary bra, or long, so it just depends. Mess around with this, and then we can use the second block, books or whatever we have, to support our neck. And then a blanket just kind of softens the blocks. And then we're gonna come over. I have a couple more props, so anything you might have. I happen to have an eye pillow. So this is a great place to open up our chest. So this is not a back bend. So we want that middle block or whatever we have, blankets, on our upper back. Core is strong. Take one knee width And as we come back, we're just going to kind of see if this is too much of a stretch for the neck. Nice little check-in. See how we're doing. Nice. And then if we would like to come back to hip opening, right, we could supine our butterfly here. And then just find a way to support. Another option, if our legs want to outstretch and we happen to have things for underneath our thighs, we can fold up blankets, towels, whatever, put them right underneath the glutes and allow the legs to stretch out. So just kind of see what feels best in your body. Restorative fish. We take our hands out, palms face up. Notice this deep open to the chest, the shoulders. This is a great place to finish the day, as most of us are internally rotated all day, whether we're on our couch, at the computer, doing housework. Shoulders tend to roll forward. So we're undoing the day here. Let's take a practice of gratitude. With every round of breath you breathe in so deep. Something you're grateful for. Take a pause and then lengthen the exhale. Check again the holding pattern of the face, the jaw. So gentle yoga, this is a great practice to check in with our gratitude. Let go of stress, tension, anxiety, worries, and prepare the body for a nice night's sleep. So just stay here, a couple more rounds of grateful breath. Breathing in so deep. And gentle yoga, come back in for a check-in. The final movement that your body craves. And then we're going to head into our final relaxation. So if that restorative fish feels really nice, we can stay there. If not, we can engage the core. Rolling to the left side prepares the body for peace, so we can just roll right off the blocks. And then we're going to find a space that feels really nice for final relaxation. Again, if that was restorative fish, you could stay there. I'm gonna happen to show legs up the wall since I have a wall right there, right? Doesn't mean that's where you're gonna go, but I can show it. Legs up the wall is great for recovery for the spine, recovery for the legs. If we've been on our feet all day, frontline workers, right? Our grocery workers, our first responders, our doctors, our nurses. Thank you for that. But this is a great posture when you get home. So this is how we get to legs up the wall. We come all the way against the wall into our side lying fetal, and our bum, our glutes actually touch the wall, and so do our feet. Our core is strong, that's our protection. And then we just roll right over. And then we have options. Legs can go straight up the wall. Palms face up. Oh, final undoing. Chest, shoulders. We can butterfly our feet here if those hips want more of an opener. We can take our legs out wide, straddle split. So just see what feels best. And then let's start to connect. Let's notice tension leaving the entire spine. Low back all the way to the mid back, the neck. Equal weight into the back of the skull. And then as we start to settle into our final rest, our final relaxation, let's find our most natural state of breath. So we're going to let go of that yogic breath and just let the natural breath take over. Allow the body to soften. So take a little scanning of the body from head to toe. Notice if there's any place the body's holding on to tension, and just allow the body to soften. This is that mind-body awareness, one of the tools we use in yoga. Identifying where we're holding on to tension. And then using soft movement or the breath to let go. Finding our most natural state of breath. Let's open up the mouth wide, releasing the jaw. Sending the jaw in opposite directions. Take a nice easy swallow and then allow the lips to part just a bit. And then notice if we become distracted in any way, a thought, a noise, acknowledge your distraction, but keep the acknowledgement brief. Gently draw the mind back to your most natural state of breath. Do that as many times as it takes until eventually peace will settle in. Gentle yoga. Let's start to bring our conscious breath back into our body. Breathe in so deep. Close down the back of the throat and start to listen for your whisper. Maybe start to roll the wrists, the ankles, wiggle the toes. And bringing our mantra of gratitude back into our heart. One thing you're grateful for. When we're ready to stir, engage the core, belly button up and in. And then for peace, we'll roll to our left side. Since we're getting ready for our peaceful night's sleep. Core is strong. Sideline fetal. If we need to protect our neck, we can slide our hand right underneath our head. When we're ready to rise, use the hand to push the earth away. Welcome back. Gentle yoga. Let's seal our practice. Inhale. I am grateful that you joined in on this peaceful practice. May the light in me honor the light in you. I hope you have a beautiful night's sleep. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for joining in Gentle Yoga. Until I see you again, be well.